The CIA claims that soldiers were turned into stone by aliens after a UFO shootout. This is a stunning admission. An official CIA Gov report claims that 23 soldiers were turned into stone, in other words, they were killed by aliens after they shot at a UFO above a military unit. A declassified CIA report reveals that soldiers were killed by extraterrestrials after the U.S. Air Force shot down a UFO that flew over a military unit, according to the report located on the CIA.gov website. A low-flying saucer appeared over a military unit in Siberia, causing soldiers to immediately fire a surface-to-air missile, bringing it down. The official report claimed that 23 soldiers at the unit were quote-unquote turned into stone by the aliens after they transformed into a ball of light following the missile attack. AWD News reports. The report in question, created on March 27, 1993, is a translation by the CIA of a report from a Ukrainian newspaper, Vernipil Vechirny. The newspaper report said that after Mikhail Gorbachev lost power in 1991, many KGB files made their way to the CIA, including an alleged 250-page dossier on this bizarre UFO attack, which included pictures and witness testimonies. The report suggested that a low-flying saucer had appeared over a military unit in training in Siberia before one of the soldiers fired a surface-to-air missile, bringing it down. It said, quote, 5 short humanoids with large heads and large black eyes got out, end quote. The 2 soldiers are said to have survived, who described how, after emerging from the debris, the 5 beings merged into a brilliant white spherical ball of light that buzzed and hissed. It then exploded, and as it did, 23 soldiers who stood watching were turned into stone, the report claimed. The 2 survivors had been in a shaded area, it said. You can read the full CIA report here in the click. This report is on New York Newswire by Sean Adol Tabatabai. I'll also leave the link for the Central Intelligence Agency Library Reading Room. Papers reports alleged evidence on mishap involving UFO, it says. The country is Russia International. Subjects paper reports alleged evidence of mishap involving UFO. Source Kiev, Bolos, Ukraine in Ukraine, 27th of March 1993. Reprinted from the newspaper Ternopil Vechirny, cosmic meaning cosmic revenge. First paragraph published in bold. Text after Mikhail Gorbachev dissolved 1991, the KGB top Secret Intelligence Administration. A lot of material from that department found their way abroad, in particular to the CIA. I'm reading from the Central Intelligence Agency PDF, document 5517761. As reported by the authoritative magazine Canadian Weekly World News, U.S. intelligence obtained a 250-page file on the attack by a UFO on a military unit in Siberia. The file contains not only many documentary photographs and drawings, but also testimonies by actual participants in the events. One of the CIA representatives referred to this case as a, quote, horrific picture of revenge on the part of extraterrestrial creatures, a picture that makes one's blood freeze, end quote. According to the KGB materials, a quite low-flying spaceship in the shape of a saucer appeared above a military unit that was conducting routine training maneuvers. For unknown reasons, somebody unexpectedly launched a surface-to-air missile and hit the UFO. It fell to Earth not far away, and 5 short humanoids with large heads and large black eyes emerged from it. It is stated in the testimonies by the two soldiers who remained alive that after freeing themselves from the debris, the aliens came close together and then, quote, merged into a single object that acquired a spherical shape, end quote. That object began to buzz and hiss sharply and then became brilliant white. In a few seconds, the sphere grew much bigger and exploded by flaring up with an extremely bright light. At that very instant, 23 soldiers who had watched the phenomenon turned into stone poles. Not only soldiers who stood in the shape and were less exposed to the stone poles, only 2 soldiers who stood in the shade and were less exposed to the luminous explosion survived. The KGB report goes on to say that the remains of the UFO and the petrified soldiers, quote-unquote, the petrified soldiers, were transferred to a secret scientific research institution near Moscow. Specialists assume that a source of energy that is still unknown to Earthlings instantly changed the structure of the soldiers' living organisms, having transformed it into a substance whose molecular composition is no different from that of limestone. A CIA representative stated, quote, if the KGB file corresponds to reality, this is an extremely menacing case. The aliens possess such weapons and technology that go beyond all our assumptions. They can stand up for themselves if attacked. End all. This is dated 27th of March. The date is redacted. And then they say 30/15/29Z March BT. Approved for release date May 2000. What is that? May of 2000. Okay, so I'll leave a link below for you for that CIA document as well. And this is, as we said, on your newswire by Sean Adel Tabatabai. It seems that after the fall of the communist regime in Russia, the Soviet Union, there are a lot of leaks concerning Russian missiles bringing down UFOs or alien craft in Russia. The fact that a lot of these craft had alien beings, and I will try and bring some more of these articles to you because I think it's important for us to find out what's going on. And I'm trying to get as much as possible into bringing images to you as well, whatever we can find. And just as a point of reference, it doesn't mean that I believe that these are extraterrestrials. They could be man-made modern technology that a lot of people are hiding from us lay people. This advanced technology, a lot of people may not know exists. So I'll try to find, and we'll create more videos just for your point of reference. And they're not just UFOs, flying objects, they're also submerged objects because Russian Navy says the UFO records say that aliens also love oceans. And it seems that they have discovered UFOs that are somehow stored in ocean bunkers, and they take off from the ocean and fly into space. So we'll get into that as well. One striking example is this here, this underwater UFO, and it's strange that it's positioned here right next to this frigate, because this is a part of an image that has a depth charge exploding a few meters away from this, as you'll see in the upcoming image. And this is shocking. I mean, it means that the weapons that people have today don't do anything to these UFOs, these USOs. You see the depth charge being exploded here, and it does not in any way affect the USO. So we'll get into all this. It's very interesting, and we'll try and find out details concerning this. If we can have some credible information like the past CIA PDF, that would be fantastic. And other translations having to do with Russia military that has found these objects.